happy day. It is Friday, January 13th. It's your anniversary. The
Yeah.
anniversary of your surgery.
Yay.
It's your life anniversary. How about that? Does
My
that
new
sound
life.
better?
New
Your
life.
new life anniversary?
Yeah.
New life anniversary.
Yeah.
Okay, new life anniversary. All right, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I could dig it.
So you're looking at 365 days of new life.
Yeah.
How has it been for you?
Amazing. It's been a blessing. It's been fulfilling. It's been wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
I can't complain.
Like, did you ever think that you'd be here? Like, how did you? I know that you knew you would be here.
Mm-hmm.
What did you envision this looking like a year from now? That were you able to even see down the road?
No. I'm gonna be honest with you, no. Because rehab was hell, and it was tough. The recovery was tough. It was I just felt depleted, and like I going through chemo and stuff like that. I was pretty much okay. I was up and down, a little wavy,
Mm-hmm.
so to speak. But for the most part, the recovery was the toughest because I had nothing left. My treatments were so close together,
Mm-hmm.
and it took a lot out of me. The chemo meds and the hydration sessions and the blood work and the just it was the rigmarole of hustle and bustle. Just getting treatments and stuff like that. I mean, that was taxing. It was taxing, but the recovery part of it was the tough part.
Let me just look at this because and if you don't mind me using some references because I like to use references.
Of course you do.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So let's look at some of these photos. And if you guys are available and you're watching at home, please keep in mind that these are online. Like you allowed Jackson Jr. Publicist team to actually post these online. So you're very vulnerable today on your anniversary.
Absolutely.
So I was looking at your...
Hold up. Tell them where they can see it at.
That's what I'm getting ready to
I'm
get
sorry,
to.
I'm sorry,
Yes,
go
sir.
Go
Hey,
ahead.
sir. But they can also look up newlife.com.
Yes.
www.newlife.com and see some photos of how things are going. So I'm looking.
Hold up.
I'm
We
sorry.
also
Go
got
ahead. Yes.
we
go
also
ahead.
got a New
Go
Life
ahead.
support group on Facebook that everybody can really go and see more things in depth. They can see more interviews. They can see me talking to my doctors and stuff like that, and just a couple of other more vulnerable pictures, I guess.
Yeah, because I think that at this stage, like when you talk about the anniversary of everything,
Mm-hmm.
we have to really look at what was it like, which again, when you look online and you look at these photos, and when you go online, I need you to like and I need you to share because this is real. Like if you can just take a look at everything that's going on, there's so many people that are passing away from cancer.
Mm-hmm.
So many people that you did not know had it are publicizing it, like they're sharing these things.
Mm-hmm.
So when I'm looking at your photo from January 13th, 2022,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's also a photo of you online from, I think that's May 12th, 2022.
Yeah, good.
And it speaks about how, like at that stage, from you not even being able to go to the bathroom by yourself, like really not just struggling to go to the bathroom, struggling to even drink something, eat something, talk. Like because when you think about it, when you breathe and to talk, your diaphragm, like that affects your incisions, where you were cut at, where you were literally slaughtered at.
Sliced, diced, gutted.
Yes,
gutted,
where you were gutted.
Mudded.
But I'm looking at from January to May.
Uh-huh. In
May, it looks like you're standing. You're aware. In January, you did not look very aware. Alert. You were not alert. You were not very cognizant. You were breathing. Barely.
I don't even remember that picture.
I mean, just take a look.
Yeah, I've seen it.
I mean, how did you feel just to look at these? Because January to May, that's a season apart.
Yeah, God is the greatest. It wasn't me, it was God. My rehab team, I didn't start rehab until February, I think it was. I think it was the end of February. And that was really, really tough as well. I didn't go to the kitchen until I was bypassing the kitchen and going to rehab So I actually didn't get back to my kitchen until March, I think it was March, April, something like that. So yeah, I mean, my rehab team helped. They had a lot to do with it. They pushed me.
And when you say rehab, like when we think about rehab, what does that look like?
It means my WellStar rehab occupational therapy team. They have a good team over there. Darren and the guys over there. They did pretty well. They had a plan work, structure for me to work out, going and start off slow and do the bike, do the treadmill, do exercises, and do things like that. And then they did modalities, which is massages and stuff like that. They massage the scar tissue. They had to break up a lot of scar tissue once it started healing, which I still have a lot now. Scar tissue and stuff like that, but. For the most part, got my flexibility back and got my range of motion and stuff back. Just got my strength up, my wind and stuff like that. So, yeah, that's what I mean by rehabbing.
Mm-hmm. And when you say like the scar tissue, because scar tissue seems like it could be pretty painful at times.
Scar tissue is hell. Scar tissue is terrible. You know what I mean? If you get to that, hard is just on the inside. It's when they slice you open and they give you the incisions or whatever, when it heals back, because it cuts nerves and tendons and things like that. And when it heals back hard. And, it just, it don't heal back the same as never before. It just heals back like, it's like a tough glue, so to speak. And then it's hard and it just forms like a rock, it's like a rock. Mm-hmm. And then you have to break it up to get relief because it just sits in there. It's like something like the pit of your abdomen and stuff like that, and then on the side and stuff like that. So you have to really be mindful when you're doing it and break it up.
And I'm asking these questions because it's like I think that it's important for people to see and understand that there's one thing to be diagnosed, with your condition. Mm-hmm. There's another thing to undergo the treatment. Mm-hmm. Then there's another thing to undergo surgery. Mm-hmm. And then there's another thing to undergo the physical repair of your body afterwards. Mm-hmm. So in other words, even though you have stages of chemotherapy or stages of treatment, you also have stages of healing. Mm-hmm. So when we talk about the stages of healing, like even though we've had a couple of podcasts when you discussed your mental healing and how you had to be in your right mind in order to just endure some of those things. Mm-hmm. Like now we're looking at an anniversary. A new life bursary. I mean, how has that healing be like? What other healing do you even have to do? Because you've done so much in the course of a year, from not walking to walking.
It's still a process. It's still a process. It's not at 100%, but I'm about, I'm getting there. I think I'm a lot better than most. You know what I mean? So even I'm in the best shape of my life right now, so to speak. So I do a lot of, even now I do a lot of walking on the treadmill. I do 3.5 miles a day on the treadmill, up from only being able to do 0.8, just starting out at 0.5, which is like crawling on the treadmill. Mm-hmm. And I used to only sustain that for like 2 minutes in 2-minute intervals. And then I worked my way all the way up to 99 minutes. I flipped the treadmill yesterday doing it. I went 100 minutes on the treadmill.
Oh, congratulations. 100 minutes.
Yeah, I did 77 the day before that and then 73 the day before that. But I used to max out at 60. I got up to 60 I've been at 60 for about a couple months now, doing 60 minutes a day on a treadmill. But now I flipped it yesterday because I wanted to make sure that, it was this little voice inside of me saying that, well, you need to stop right now. And I was like, I can't stop right now. And so I said, nah, I'm going to go. I said, either I'm going to pass out on this treadmill or we're going to get to 100. And I didn't pass out. We got to 100. So that's a good thing. So, but nothing, just God, just believe in the mindset and just knowing that God got me. So with that, I don't have no fear of nothing. So to be honest with you, I don't have a fear of nothing. So
one of the things that you talked about is like the little voice, listen to that voice in your head that says 60 minutes, done. 75, stop. You really don't have to do no more. Mm-hmm. So it sounds like you're saying that your voice, your will has to be louder and stronger. Yeah. Than that little voice inside of you that's saying, just why don't you stop? Take a break.
Well, no, the thing about it is my will is impregnable. You know what I'm saying? You can't penetrate my will. My will is something, and I've always had that from youngin. My will is the strongest thing that I have. So it's unbreakable. I don't think that I could be broken, to be honest with you. So I've never been broken. Even, well, correction. The one time I was broken was after the surgery. So that's when I couldn't do nothing, and it drove me crazy. You know what I mean? It drove me freaking bananas. So to not be able to get up and move around, tie my own shoes, wash myself, or just take a shower, just have to sit on the shower stool and just let water run on me, not being able to take showers, I couldn't catch my breath and stuff like that. That broke me at that time, but though it didn't break my will. It broke me physically, but it didn't break my will because my mind was still strong, and I still knew that, if I made it through that, you know what I'm saying, I could make it through this. You know what I'm saying? So every day I was like, it'll get better. It'll get better, even when it seemed like it wasn't getting better. And there was times you was like, F it, I just want to, lay here and just don't do nothing and stuff like that. My will was what pulled me through and said that, hey man, you got this, man. You know what I'm saying? You're Janu strong. So yeah, we Janu strong. We come from strong stock. You know what I'm saying? My dad, my mom, my siblings, we all come from strong stock, and we don't know no other way. We keep going. My dad used to always tell us, keep going. My mom always told us nothing beats a failure but to try. So if I was going, I'm not a failure, so all I had to do is just try. So that's all I applied. That's simple methods I applied, and that's how I got through it.
I think there's one thing that you mentioned in regards to your recovery was being at a point where what you mentioned was all you could do was sit down and allow the water to run over you because you were too tired to wash yourself, or you didn't have the strength. I think one of the things that people have to understand when you're undergoing this process is that you also have to know when I have to allow someone else to take control. So how did that work when you speak about someone who has such a strong will as yourself, and you're talking to individuals who may be going and experiencing this recovery process? Some of these individuals who are watching are people who are used to doing everything, who are used to being alphas in their field, who
like
are
myself?
used to being like type A personalities. I know it, I can do it, I am it.
Yeah, like myself.
How?
That was hard too. But you know what? I used to lay in bed and meditate, and God used to say, "Listen," and I used to have conversations with God. And people always think that you can't hear Him speak, but you can. All you do if you're quiet enough, and if you're still enough, He'll speak to you. And how He speaks to you is that He'll give you little insights about things that's been stressing you all the time. And He'll just come to you, and it's a little voice again. It says, listen, I got you. He told me, listen, I'll put the people in your life. I was always concerned of who didn't come to see me, who wasn't coming to see me, where was this person, where was that person, and stuff like that. And He told me, He came to me, He said, I'm enough. He said, I'm all you need. You know what I mean? And I'll never forget it. I was taking a shower, and I was like, God, why this person didn't come see me? Why this person didn't come see me? I'm mad. I'm looking around and stuff like that. Just hold it. And He told me, I put around the people around you. I put this team around you, and those are the people that you needed to help you get through this. Everybody you asking for, you didn't need them. He said, but ultimately, I'm all you needed. He said, am I not good enough? This is what the voice told me. Am I not good enough? And that's when I realized, I'm like, okay, God, you got it. I surrender. You know what I mean? And then once I did that, the healing started to speed itself up. And the process, I started trusting the process and trusting Him, and even more. I trusted Him before, but like you said, the alpha complex and the alpha type A personality kicked in, to whereas I'm used to doing things for myself. I'm used to doing this, and I'm used to, until I couldn't. And then He spoke and said, you know what I'm saying? Because that's the thing that you have to realize. In it, you at a fork in the road. Either you're gonna go left or you're gonna go right, or you're gonna go straight. You know what I mean? So I just chose straight. You know what I mean? I surrendered, and I let the people who was around me help me, and it got me back to my feet. I had a solid staff. I had it was a small circle. I call them the usual suspects. Y'all know who y'all are. The usual suspects. Y'all know. I ain't got to tell you your name. We talk all the time. And of course yourself. And and I had Lexi. Lexi always, that's my A1. She took where you and Lexi were like critical parts in my recovery. You know what I mean? Wherever you was there if you was there 6 days a week, she was there the 7th day, or you know what I mean? Like, you know, like when you couldn't bring me here or take me to my appointments, she picked up the slack and picked me up, and like never have I never missed anything, and I'm forever indebted to you all for that. You know what I mean? I'll never forget that. That's the meaning of, you find out who your true friends are and who's there for you. And those people, you know, you want to hold on to them and you want to cherish them and you want to always have them in your life. And it means it shows you what's what and who's who. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people, you know, this process has and it's just reflective. A lot of people they come into your life for certain reasons. And sometimes people that are your family, I want y'all to understand this. A lot of people that's family by blood, you know what I mean? They won't be around for you. And it's just the honest to God's truth. I'm going to just put it out there. They won't be around for you. You know what I'm saying? So when God put people in your life, you know what I'm saying? You take advantage, not using those people, but you take advantage of them. You take advantage of the situation that He's brought to you. And that will help you in a sense. Like I said, my circle was small in this whole situation. You know what I'm saying? Family knew everything. They knew. I'm just keeping it a buck. But the people who was around me before I got sick wasn't the people that was around me when I got sick. You know what I'm saying? If that's saying something. And I'll just leave it at that.
That does say a lot. Because in other words, you know, people who you feel are going to hold you down. So in other words, if I got it, you with me.
That's right.
When I don't have it, you're not with me.
Nah. I didn't. Yeah, exactly. What you said.
Okay. But before we get into that, one of the things that you said was, and I had to write this down because that almost touched me right there. Like it actually did touch me.
That's a fact, though.
You said, what you heard God said was, am I not enough?
That's what He said.
That was profound because that's something that, like, when you have to get into that spiritual realm to even hear Him, because He talks to you in a whisper, in a song, in a bird singing. So it's like for you to even get to that mental space in the midst of the pain, to hear a quiet voice say, am I not enough?
Absolutely. That's what He said. I put it on everything. I put it on my kids. That's what happened. And the peace just came over me, and the peace just totally took over my body, and even my outlook changed after that. I even, you know what I mean? I need a motivation. So I was like, well, I'm gonna show, you know, MFers that, you know what I'm saying? They think that, you know, I'm down and out and, you know, I can't, you know, or he's out of here, stage 4, or he's out, you know, let's get ready for the, you know, whatever. But, you know, I was using that, but it was the wrong fuel. It was fuel nonetheless, but it was the wrong fuel. So once I had that, once I started doing that, and once once I gave some, you know, once I surrendered to Him, once I surrendered to that, it put everything into perspective for me, and it just clicked. It was just like, okay, I get it. Okay, after all of this that I've been through, everything that I've been through, I get it. So, and then that's when the healing, like I said, and this was like, the healing started speeding up. The process started speeding up. I started moving in the right directions that I needed to go in for the healing. I started not letting people aggravate me. I didn't let the aggravation come around me. I didn't let negative vibes come around me. If it was negative, I don't care who it is. It could be family, friends, whoever. If it's negative, I'm not entertaining it or engaging in it. You know what I mean? So you can be talking to me and I'll walk off from you in mid-sentence, or I hang up the phone in your mid-sentence. You can be saying whatever you're saying, I just hang up the phone. You know, you just be calling back, oh, what happened? And what happened? So that's the reason I don't even have voicemail on my phone, because I don't want to hear things. I don't want to hear from people. I don't want to, and what I mean is
the negative energy
of people.
So people, please understand, it's not the individual, it's the behaviors and the energy that the person may bring.
Absolutely.
So it's not the person. So what I hear you saying is, I love the individual, I have a disdain for the behavior and the energy that may be produced from that person.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. And some people, you know, it is what it is, you know. So it's your life, and you got to live it and do what you need to do to make you comfortable. And that's what I did. So, and I had to go into isolation and go underground a little bit and everything, and, you know, just fall off a little bit. So
But if I could just play devil's advocate with that, you know, again, when you look at the photo, you have yourself from January. I mean, like, you were so out of it. People, I really want you to go to his site, like to his Instagram page. Again, Booking EJ. His Instagram was Booking BOOKINGEJ. I really need you to look at this photo.
Facebook.
And go to Facebook. Newlife.com. Okay.
NEAU.
NEAULIFE.com.
Yeah.
COM. But when you see the January 13th, this same day of last year, matter of fact, let me see. At this time, you were still in surgery. Slice the knife.
Yeah.
So,
how long the surgery was?
The surgery was actually
it was supposed to be 6 and a
It was
half.
supposed to be 6.5. I think the surgery was really close to. The hospital had actually closed.
Yeah.
So the hospital closed at 5, and you were still in surgery.
And what time my surgery started?
I think it might have been prepped between 8 and 9, and I think the surgery started about like 9:30, 10.
Yeah, okay.
But you had been back, anesthesia, stuff like that.
Like 8.5 hours or something?
So it's about close to 9 hours.
Okay.
And I think and just to piggyback on that particular day, that waiting process, you had family members to come. And let me tell you how God was actually with you. You shared on the podcast before. Go back and tune in. That you had people who actually were not supposed to be there because at that stage, I think it was a level red in hospital.
Yeah,
so you couldn't. You had COVID. You had at that point possibility of snow. So a lot of things were shutting down.
Yeah, it snowed.
So to even be able to get the surgery at that time for doctors and physicians to be able to get to you was a blessing.
Yeah.
And then to have,
pretty bad.
like family members that worked in the hospital to even check on you when people couldn't come in.
Mm-hmm.
And then to have like one of your close cousins that they call you brother because you're like a brother and a cousin.
That's right.
To come up and say, well, yeah, I just got off work. I worked all night long, but I'm gonna stay up all day long.
Yeah, that's my baby right there. She, it's Nat. Shout out to Nat, Natalie Lewis Walker. That's my baby right there. That's my cousin, man, from the Rudy to the Tootie, man. I didn't even know she was there.
And would not leave.
And would not leave. That's crazy. That's my girl, man. She that's my cousin. I love her to death, man. She's solid. Yeah, I appreciate her for that, man. She always, she's always that's my girl, but she always have my back. So, and I have hers too. So,
and I think like that's the important thing.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas there were family members who couldn't, a sibling couldn't sit with another sibling while their person was in surgery, but with you had.
Yeah,
like you took up the waiting room. You understand? Yeah. So it's like just to go back, and I can remember your surgeon saying it took longer because it was bigger than I expected.
Yeah.
So when you look on these sites that we just shared with you, you can actually see even when you were trying to open your eyes, your eyes were still crossed.
Yeah, I didn't know where I was at. That hit me. Yeah, that was tough. That was tough. I mean, all my years of playing football, all the back, the back surgeries I had the L4 and 5 removed out of my back. I had all kind of like injuries and stuff like that, but that paled in comparison to this thing right here, this liver surgery, this apectomy that I had. Yeah, it was.
And I remember you saying even with your L4 and 5,
mm-hmm.
walking was difficult. Like, but you still got up and walked.
Yeah, I had to rehab to be able to walk. Yeah, my L4 and 5, I had surgery in 04, 05. Yeah. And for my L4 and 5 on my back. So that was the only surgery that I had. I came from playing football, and then this thing right here. Well, I had the for the achalasia in 2020. And then this one, but that was nothing. I just couldn't eat for that one, but this one was.
This one you didn't have the strength to eat, or
I didn't want to eat shit. Excuse my expression. I lost a lot of weight, but I gained it back with steroids. But
and I think now, how do you feel about that? Because that's some of the things that we process. I really wish that you could hear some of the things that we speak about when it comes to his recovery. Because one of the things that we were sharing about is that sometimes people get confused
Mhm.
about your condition because you don't look like your condition.
Thank God. Shucks. Thank God. People like, yeah, that's common. People look at you and they say, well, you all right, but they don't know once you know, what's on the inside, what the damage has been done physically and psychologically. This is just a cosmetic thing, you know. And I praise God that I do look like, you know, that I don't look like what I've been through.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want that. I wouldn't wish that on anybody. But it was tough. I mean, you just go in the picture. I mean, go on my on the website and look at the pictures, and you can see what it looks like on the underneath.
Mm-hmm.
And you can really see like on the MRI or on the X-rays and stuff like that what it looks like on the inside. So you don't have stuff that's there that was there that's not there no more. You missing things like that. You feel it. You just
Mm-hmm.
look a certain way, but you feel it. You definitely feel it.
I think one of the things about it is that, you know, because I've heard people say to you sometimes, man, I wish I could be in your shoes.
I wish you couldn't.
And that's it, because it's like people look at you and they don't understand. In order to be in my shoes, you would have to withstand really strong.
No, I don't think most people. I don't think the average people could do that. I think it's I'm in the 1%.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying, so to speak. So I don't. There's a reason why they call it a 1%.
Mm-hmm.
It's because only 1% makes it. So it's not like, you know, and it's like 99% don't. So.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I'm blessed and highly favored, and I don't recommend that for nobody. But I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say it to the next person.
So in other words, if you're an original, be an original.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. So don't wish this, man. This is not for nobody. This is
Again, and again, that's on the outside. Like if I look at you, I may say that, but they don't know that if they just raise your shirt up,
mm-hmm.
then literally from the back to the front,
Mm-hmm.
you've been good.
Like a fish. No, I'm sure, but
Truly.
yeah. I've been sliced and diced though, man. It's been sliced and diced though, but you know, I'm in good shape. It happens. Scarred up, but still breathing. You know.
Scarred, bruised, and still standing.
That's
Okay,
it.
how'd that go? Okay.
Scarred, bruised, and still standing.
All right.
It's okay. Scars, you know. Jesus had scars. Everybody has scars. Everybody has stuff, you know. Call it war wounds. So.
Well, this has definitely been an excellent New Life bursary segment.
Yeah, and now I'm getting ready to get out of here and celebrate. I'm going to some Caribbean island somewhere. I'm back, Caribbean. Y'all see the big dog in a minute.
Okay. Well, I want to take the time to just say thank you.
One more thing.
Uh-huh.
The news we got, what my doctor said. It's on, again, it's on the website. It's on bookitej.com on Instagram. And it's on New Life Support Group on Facebook. I got the news. I get my port removed because I had good news and you can see what my doctor says and stuff like that and updates about my recovery. And I just want to tell people that you can make it. Cancer is not a death sentence. People get scared, they get shook, and they let it take over them. Remember, you have cancer. Cancer does not have you. And your will to live has got to be stronger than your hunger to die, period. And you can do it. You know what I'm saying? You can do it. I just want people to know that you can get over it. You know, have a strong belief in God, a strong mindset, and attack, and always compete. You have to always compete. You can never not compete. Once you stop competing, it's over with. So I just wanted to leave y'all with that. And back to the port. The next episodes will be when we return. I get my port removed on January 26th. So hopefully we should be ready, y'all. Footage from that. So you can see how it's going on. Thank God for that, because most people stay with their ports for 5 years. Some people stay with them for life. But I'm ready to get this sucker out of here so I can move around and start lifting weights again like I used to. I'm tired of those damn bands. Those bands. So I'm ready to put some iron on it. Bang out. I haven't banged out in a minute. So it's time. That's it for me.
It's time. That's it. Thank you for joining New Life. Have a great day.
Peace.